Hello friends, so far we have discussed many things like starting with the idea and how idea to be and the idea characteristics, and after that we build the business model canvas, and after that we build the many statements and which is fundamentally required for any company like the vision, mission and the position statement and the BHAG. But all these will help you to understand how your company should be and how to build the company, and also it will give the confidence to face the investor because you deeply understand about your company. When you pitch to the investor, you might or might not discuss all this, and you hardly will include mission and vision statement, that too sometimes, but most of the pitch deck won't have all these slides. And as you know that pitch deck is a crucial part of every startup. This is the minimum thing when you want to reach to the investors. Now we are going to discuss about the pitch deck and what are the slides we need to include in this one, and what are the information we need to provide to the investors, and starting with an idea and how we can drive the entire story in the pitch deck. So all these we are going to discuss in this one. Hello friends, I am Shankar. Welcome to Startup COE. It's a complete startup knowledge channel. Hello friends, I am keep requesting you. All the tech channels has a less encouragement. So please do subscribe and click the bell icon to get the notification, and please do like, share and comment if you have any questions. And friends, and without wasting time, let's get into the topic. Let's start with the first slide in the pitch deck. You might think we need to give the introduction of idea. While you are doing the elevator pitch, and you might give the idea introduction, but not in the pitch deck. And pitch deck has to start with your problem or the challenge. And after that, you have to give the solution and what you are and how you are fixing to the problem and what is the solution you are giving to the problem. So this is how you have to explain about the idea. So now let's discuss about the problem or challenges. So what is the problem you are facing? Today's many big organizations are started with a problem. A person who didn't get the bus ticket to go home for a festival, which has happened because of there is no centralized booking system, has started the redbus.in. Couple of friends who are struggling to pay the rent. There was a design conference coming to San Francisco and all hotels are fully booked. They came up with an idea on renting their own flat with the 3 air beds and the living room floor, and they started cooking the breakfast for their guests. So it's air beds and the breakfast. So this is how the Airbnb started. So this is how the startups will born based on the really faced problems. Even not facing by themselves, people want to solve the problems which are facing by others. And it can be facing by the people, or it can be affecting the environmental, it can be or like saving the earth. It can be anything, and the people want to solve those problems. People want to provide the solution to that one. So this is how the problems are. Problems actually comes before an idea. As I told that, if you want to give the idea introduction, and if you start with the problem and what are the solution you are giving to that problem, it's an idea. So what I mean that the ideas will come from the problem. And likewise, the problems actually comes before an idea, like online bus booking system and the online teaching platform, the e-commerce website. There is a online car aggregator. So all these ideas will definitely there is a problem behind all these ideas. So what I mean, if the founder is really facing a problem and you want to give the solution to that, it's a very good value add for that company, because he knows that how the problem exists and how to give the solution. And what I mean that these kind of things will help you to reach the investor and reach the customer as well. Why? Because you can frame that into as a nice story that will attract the investors a lot. So the few might think there is no problem, but they want to start with they want to stick to their idea and they want to start that startup. But this will not work always. because you are facing the problem, so there might be a chances many other facing the problem. If the people and who are facing the problem, the customer base that is in huge, there is a more chances to get your idea success. But otherwise, pushing that product to the people and giving the free to the people and making them habitual, and after that you started collecting that, it's a very huge process, and it has to it should have the lot of money. So initially, if you want to give the free to them, if it is a technology company, you have to lot to invest on the technology. Anywhere it fails, then it's a completely mess. And one more thing I want to tell you is, very big company, and we have heard about the Bata salesman story, and they are sent to the Africa, and out of the two people, and one person has seen the opportunity and given all footwear for free, and once they are habitual and started buying. That is a very nice story, and there is a very nice the marketing technique they have used. But we are in the startup world, so if money is the main thing for your startup, and you are looking for a funds, then definitely these kind of things might or might not work. Until unless you have a huge investment, it might work. Otherwise it won't work in this way. And anyway, that we are discussing as part of the pitch deck creation. So if you are looking for the pitch deck, means if you are looking for funds as well. So in this situation, what I'm telling you, and don't take those things, because your investor will look into the paying customers, and if you have any paying customer, then only they are ready to invest in your company. If it is a product based or anything, you should have the paying customers. So that's the reason I am telling you, you take the problem, and which is a really burning problem, which is having the huge customer base. If you want to pitch to the investor, and before they given the permission to the pitch, they will ask that what is the problem you are going to solve. So that's fine. But how we have to know that the problem we took, whether it's worth it or not. Let's see few important points which should be in the problem. So one in that is, it should have the huge customer base, and means the people who are looking for the solution, those people should be huge. And the another one is whether the problem is serious problem or not. So why I am telling that the problem is serious problem or not, you give the solution, but the people who are using it, whether they ready to pay or not. If it is a serious problem, they will definitely pay for that solution. But if it is generally, if it is not a serious problem, if it is come along with some other things, or if it is come for free, they use it. Otherwise they might care about it. That's why the problem should be serious problem. And another one is whether the problem is common problem. Will the solution will affect day-to-day activities of the person. Like if once in a blue moon they are using that activity, and after that they totally forget. It's kind of rare activity. So those problems you have to avoid, and it should be very frequent, and it should be very common, which are like in the day-to-day activities that solution is going to help him and going to improve his life. It is very convenience. So that kind of problem, please take that kind of problem, and please provide the solution to that kind of problems. And another thing is, and you explain about the problem, and the investor, there is no rule that he has to know everything. We should see that is there any supporting document to support that problem. It means you say that it's a huge customer base, but you have to give those kind of metrics and who are facing that problem and why they are facing that problem. So these kind of metrics will drive your entire story of solving it. So this is another important one in this one. And another thing is, you have to show the real metrics for the investors. It's not like explain about it and after that he go back and completely he investigated. Whatever you are providing is completely meaningless. Then it will not only affect getting the investment from only that person. And as I keep telling that, investors also have their own network. They exchange their ideas and they exchange their the opinion on the founders. Please do maintain the transparency, and while you are explaining the problem, while you are explaining about the metrics on the problem. And friends, this is all about the problem statement, and which is a first slide in the pitch deck. And the next one is the solution. In the solution, friends, whatever I have discussed in the idea characteristics, and those characteristics should exist in the solution you are providing to that problem. And if you miss that idea characteristics, I'm going to give it in the iCards, and please do check that video, and it will give the more insights about the idea characteristics. And now let's see that solution slide and the solution statement, and what are the things you have to provide in the solution. In this slide, you have to provide what are the solution you are going to give for that problem, and how it is going to help to solve that problem. And also along with that, if you want to add more features, and which is make them to very comfortable, and which is very convenience for them, which is going to resolve even other problems, other sub problems. Please mention those kind of solutions or the sub solutions in that slide. And also keep one thing in mind: what are the solution you are giving to that problem, whether that solution will like by the customer or not. For that solution, whether the customer is willing to pay it or not. So that kind of things you have to keep in your mind. This is all about the problem and solution. And while we are doing the activity for the problem and solution, and that will give the more clarity and how your slides in the pitch deck should be. And friends, and this is a very important course, and don't take it easily, because driving from the one idea to build everything and building the entire pitch deck is not a normal thing, and I haven't seen many of the startups are covering these kind of things. So what I mean that please do follow the entire thing. If you are already there into the startup ecosystem, or if you want to start anything in the future also, these kind of fundamentals will give the extraordinary thinking. And so that's one reason, and I'm telling that to follow the entire thing will give the complete knowledge of the startups, and how you can build the startups, and how you can estimate the market, how you can present to the investors. And frankly, I'm telling you friends, and if you are taking this kind of courses, so it's going to the huge cost for you, and it's coming free of cost in the YouTube. And please do subscribe and share it with your friends. Please do click a bell icon, and please do like, share and comment if you have any questions. And friends, and please definitely make utilize of this course. And thank you so much friends, and see you in the next video.